May the 9th has been designated as Creation Sunday. The word creation immediately asks us the question, do we believe in the Creator? Or do we simply see a world that happens to have been made, created, formed, appeared, come into being, whatever word we use? But Creation Sunday suggests that there is a Creator. In what way then do we relate our worship in church, our lives during the week, to the Creator, to creation? In what way do we see the world around us as God's creation? From the early chapters of Genesis, we discover that God made the world and it was good. We also discover that, according to Genesis, God made human beings, men and women, male and female, and the word that's used, he gave them dominion. But he also called on them to care for the world. The dominion that we have, I think, reflects the power that we have to affect, to change, to do things to the planet. We have real power. We can affect it, we can change it, but ultimately we can't control it. God gives us dominion not to lord over the planet, but to care for it as stewards. And the concept of stewardship is one I think we can all get. We are to look after what we have been given. But the concept of stewardship, or tenancy as we find it as we go through the Bible, also has with it those tenants that decide they want ownership. They don't respect the owner, the landlord. And maybe that reflects the way that we treat the world. We think it's ours. We don't respect the Creator, the one who has given it to us. And the world that God has given us is not just a very nice, ordered, patterned world as we find it described in Genesis. But if we look elsewhere in the Bible, maybe to the book of Job, we discover a world which is rather wilder, a world which has storms and tempests, volcanoes, hail, gales, earthquakes. And the world that God has given us is a world that, as we're beginning to understand, is alive. It is alive through the movement of tectonic plates and incredible forces under the Earth's crust. It is spinning at considerable speed. It's spinning around the sun, but then the galaxy is moving. The universe is probably moving. We can look at the world and think it's a nice, ordered world. And in one sense it is. God has made it with great precision. We can look at the world and see it as being almost out of control. We are on this planet that has a molten center that is spinning at great speed. We can look at our world and feel alone and lost within a massive, massive collection of galaxies and universes. Or we could say this is God's world. He has made it for us. We are special to him, and therefore we should look after it. We should look after what we are given. We should tend it for future generations. And as the psalm says, we should do it in such a way that the trees can clap their hands, that the rivers will shout for joy, that the hills will rejoice. Because the Bible tells us that God's creation is actually closely linked to the Creator. We can wound the creation. We can make it so that the world laments at what we have done. Or it can be such that the world rejoices. Our small acts will make a difference, particularly when they come together with other people's small acts. And there is now an urgency, as we are realizing that what we have done to the planet, which we thought maybe originally was a good thing, as we extracted the coal, as we used the oil, as we fueled, literally, our expansion and our developments, we are now discovering we need to change, and change quickly for the sake of all. So on this Creation Sunday, may we rejoice to live in an ordered world, as Genesis tells us. May we rejoice that we live in a living planet which changes. May we rejoice that we are not alone in a vast universe. But may we be good stewards of the world that God has given us, so that the earth can rejoice, so that the seas can roar and all that dwells therein, as the psalm puts it, so that we are in tune with our Creator.
Ours is a consumerist world, a consumer-driven world, whether we like it or not.
but it does mean that we can therefore begin to make a difference if we change the way that we consume. The food we buy, the clothes we buy, the questions that we ask of shops why they stock certain things and not others. As individuals, we may not feel we can make a huge difference, but if we come together, we can begin to change things. The way that we travel, our concern for our landscape and our world around us, and our campaigning on major issues will all make a difference. If we do nothing, then nothing will change. Let's see what we can do.